Hey! Welcome! Welcome to the fucking stream. So, this stream is gonna be a little... Let me turn closed captioning on. Hi. Hello. So this stream... Normally, when I start a stream, I get pretty into the game pretty fucking quickly if the main point of that stream is just to stream a game normally, especially if it's a game we've been doing for a while. The problem with today is that I started making food before the stream. And I thought for sure that it'd be done by now. Or that I started at a good time, and then I realized what I wanted to do with food for the night, and realized it's not gonna be done by now. So, fuck me. Yeah, it says 30 seconds. So, and on top of that, here's the thing, it won't be done. I have to get up, go check on it, do a thing, and then I'll have to get up in 10 minutes after that. So, the first, 10 or so minutes of the stream, probably more than that, are gonna be fucking stupid. I hate starting streams this way. That's why you rarely see it happen. But at least it's not a giant glaring technical issue or anything. It's just I need to make food so I don't die midstream. So yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry about it. Literally minutes before the stream. Literally minutes ago, I heard, I saw a cute fucking mouse, and I'm not talking about Minnie in a pantsuit. I'm talking about this little mouse, and I thought that, I honestly thought it was just I saw, fan art of it, I think. So I honestly thought it was just a really nice furry OC that somebody had. I was like, oh, that's cute. And I found out, nope, that's a new game. So let's check this out. Let's put it on, this might tank the stream a little. I'm gonna put it on 720. Can I full screen it? Is that looking like shit for you? Probably not, right? Let's just put it in theater mode. So I get my shit taken down. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, that's all I heard about it, was that it's made by Yacht Club, and it has a mouse, and it looks like a Game Boy game. It looks like a Game Boy Color game. And so far, none of my expectations have been shut down. This is what it looks like. Wow. It looks fucking fun. Randomrings reacts. I hate that shit. I hate that I said that out loud. The kind of thought I should have kept in my head. This was cool. I like a little bat thing. I was like, it's gonna be fun to control. Little glide. It looks like Link's Awakening DX, but I can do it without crying. Now I'm on Kickstarter. Fuck, I'm broke! I have no money right now. Why would you do that to me? Yep. I don't have money! I can't back it. When Shovel Knight came out, I was living with my parents, and I was working, minimum wage job, looking for, audio gigs. So I couldn't afford to help kickstart Shovel Knight. And I kick myself in the ass every time I look at Shovel Knight, artwork or something. Because Spectre of Torment's like one of my favorite things in the world. But I couldn't be a backer on it, so I was too poor at the time. And now we got this shit. That's not what the stream was supposed to be about, but I had food to prepare. So, all right. So, speaking of which, I'm gonna get back up now and go get the rest of my food, and then we'll actually play PYRE. If you can imagine that, if you can imagine me actually playing the fucking game, you won't have to anymore in a few minutes. Imagine if I put that in the song. Imagine if I just, like, did that. That'd be crazy. Alright. Alright. I got Steam opened up. I'm in the mood to play some fucking PYRE. But I have food, so the beginning's also probably gonna be not a whole lot of gameplay. Sorry about it. Can't win. Anyway. Yeah, Mina the Hollower looks fucking fun. And I want that shit. It doesn't look right up my street. Like Spectre of Torment, when that was teased, I was like, oh, this game was made for awesome. And King of Cards, I was like, okay, this game wasn't like made for me, but it's right up my fucking alley. Like, it looks like something I'm gonna enjoy. And they're like two of my favorite fucking things that have existed in life. Like, Mina the Hollower looks like you're tickling the funny bone, but like it's mostly just because you're you know, Yacht Club and I trust you. Speaking of developers that I'm sucking the dick off of, I've been watching the No Clip documentary on making Hades, and I'm almost at the end of it. And I was just thinking about this while I was pulling food out of the oven. I think Supergiant. I think this is the hardest I have sucked a game company's cock in ever in my life. I cannot think of a time where I've sucked a game company's cock just clean more than I've been doing with Supergiant. And the weirdest thing about it is that I'm not ashamed of it. And I'm thinking a few years down the road, I probably still won't be. That's fucking crazy to me. When I was a kid, I probably jacked off a stupid fucking company that wasn't, you know. Wasn't really morally up to snuff with, like, how I feel today. Probably. I had a Behemoth phase. And Behemoth's not terrible. But a lot of racists work on their games. Because they know them because they're friends. I'm trying to think of another game company I had like a boner for as a child. Behemoth though, I wasn't that young. Let's clarify, let's be real. Like, I'm ashamed of that one for a reason. And I still never played, Pit People. I was really excited for Pit People, and then I just never bought it. And then, and now I'm like, I don't want to buy Behemoth games anymore anyway, so fuck it. I never beat Battle Block. She's still not having it. From last stream, Sandra's grumpy. And she's becoming distant because she doesn't want me to just take advantage of her, as others have in the past. So that's fun. Sorry, I didn't mean to eat and do this at the same time. But also, like, food is good for survival. So this is just what we're doing now. I legit thought about putting just chatting on the beginning of this stream and just being like, let's talk about games for a few minutes and then I'll go play Pyre. But I didn't think I'd actually have to. And now we're here. And I'm like, I probably should have just done that. I'm trying to think of other game companies. Oh, you know what? You know what? HAL Laboratories / Sora Limited. For sure. I didn't suck up. I didn't kiss their ass as hard as I have been with Supergiant though. Probably not even as hard as I've sucked off other companies metaphorically. The two big ones I can the three big ones I can think of right now are Sora Limited, Gears for Breakfast. No, 4. Sora Limited, Gears for Breakfast, Yacht Club, and Supergiant. Sora Limited, I'm slightly ashamed of. However, Masahiro Sakurai, as far as big, like, video game developers go, pretty badass, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, you can't really blame me for that one. Do I simp for the motherfucker? No. But, like, game developer to consumer relationship? Oh my god. Masahiro Sakurai fucking rocks. And has been since before I was alive. The other three I'm not ashamed of. Gears for Breakfast, I think releasing Vanessa's Curse in the state that it's in was a poor move. But I don't think it's, like, unforgivable. A bunch of people were like, wow, sad to see them go down this path. And it's like, what path? They did a goof, you know? I think their studio's, like, definitely less than, like, 40 people. Like, during a pandemic. And this is the first time they hired out of, like, town. Out of town? Out of house. Outside of house. To make a game. In their game. Like, make a DLC chapter in the game. Not a DLC chapter, but you know what I mean. Expansion of sorts. Kind of fucked up. I don't know if I'd say fully grifty, but, like, I can see that argument. But, like, it's also just because I have rose-tinted glasses for Gears for Breakfast, because I love Hat in Time. And I did pay for Vanessa's Curse. To my understanding, still doesn't work that well. I want to try it again when it works. It looks like fun, if you can get it to fucking work. Yeah, Yacht Club. Yeah, Yacht Club fucking slaps. I have no problem with Yacht Club. I'm trying to think of other game companies that, like, in the past that I had embarrassing fucking relationships with. Probably Square. Specifically Nomura. Just because of Kingdom Hearts. But even then, I don't think I ever had a phase where I was like, these games are perfect, and if you don't like them, you're a fucking idiot. I think... Okay, when I was a kid... I don't know why I'm talking about this on the Pyre stream. I'm eating food. Don't worry about it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I was a kid, I did not have a PS2. It was mostly Nintendo shit. I had a PS1. We sold it at a garage sale for, like, nothing. Because my parents thought that video games were junk. And they thought me being obsessed with them was lazy. We sold the PS1, all my games, and my, like, 3 memory cards, 2 or 3 controllers, and all my games for PS1 in, like, a bag that accumulated to, like, $20 total. that's another story for another time. It was mostly Nintendo consoles, so Sony was off my radar for the most part. Like, there were properties I loved that were owned by Sony, but then they also sold... When I was old enough to understand what it meant for them to do this, they sold, not they sold. Universal was done with Spyro, and Naughty Dog was done with Crash. Around that time. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna get PS2. I want a fucking GameCube. So eventually I got that. I didn't get the PS2 till way later. So in middle school, I go to a friend's house. He says, I got this new game, and I really like it. I think he was playing it when I came over. My mom dropped me off. And I was like, that looks cool, what is this? And he was like, you want to play it? And I was like, cool. And he's like, we should probably start a new profile, because, like, I trust you, but I don't want you fucking with my profile. And I was like, okay, whatever. He puts me on a Kingdom Hearts 2, normal mode. Starts me out, so I'm like, oh, cool, you're playing as the brown-haired kid. I recognize that brown-haired kid. My friends that are big anime weebs like him. My goth friends like him, so I probably worded it at the time. And he was like, yeah. But, like, even just playing as Roxas and going through it, I was so, like, immersed in, like, what the fuck is happening? Which, like, now, as an adult, if you showed me that, like, you know, if I was born, like, a decade earlier, I'd probably see that and be like, this is fucking stupid. But, like, as a middle school kid, I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. And it looks neat. That's the other thing, though, is that, like, Kingdom Hearts, like, say what you will about it, it's aesthetically appealing. Like, the games are pretty. They look nice. And I was having a ball for a few hours. And then, he was like, here. And then eventually you play enough of it, you get to this. And he went on his profile, he has, like... And he was grinding the forms. He was trying to max all, like, the different forms out. So I got to play around with the wisdom form, and I was like, that is the coolest fucking shit. So I was on... My parents took me on vacation. We were at some Disney place. I don't know where the fuck we were. Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Mall. No fucking clue. But it was I went to a place that had a bunch of Disney merch. It was like a Disney, like, store. And I didn't understand that this was a thing that happened. That, like, you don't buy things here. Because you can find them elsewhere, like, 20 bucks cheaper. But I didn't understand that at the time. Because I was young and stupid. And pubescent. So I fucking was like, hey, this is that Kingdom Hearts. And I read in Nintendo Power that this one's, like, alright. I kind of want to try it. And so, like, my parents allotted a budget for, like, I think my sister and I to, like, get some stupid, like, souvenir, basically. And I was like, I want a fucking video game if I can get one. Because everything else is just something I'm just going to look at. I don't give a fuck about that. So I got Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance. I played the fuck out of it, though. We went down to this, like, this like, river and, like, stayed at this, like, house somewhere that was just, like, for rent so you could stay by a river for a while. And that's, like, all I did. I didn't go outside. And then when I did, I just brought my SP out and just played Chain of Memories. So then I got a PS2 way later in life. Not way later, like, in high school. So this was, like, middle school, probably, I'd say. Mid to late middle school when I played Chain. And then I got into Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 is linear, and it's not a perfect game by any stretch of the fucking imagination whatsoever. But, especially if it's, like, your first time into the series, or, like... Well, let me rephrase that. If you start... I have the unique experience, and I'm sure a lot of people also have this experience, but I feel like it's not the most common. I feel like most people that are, like, quote-unquote Kingdom Hearts fans in any capacity started with 1. And that's... And because a lot of the people that are like, I'm really attached to the series, and if you shit on it, good for you. Like, wow, you're so cool and edgy for not liking Kingdom Hearts, right? I fucking... I started with Chain, and it went to 2, and then I picked up the rest of the series on and off from there and whatever. That experience starts you off with a game that's very narrative driven. Not, what the fuck is happening? What's going on? There's a bunch of weird anime shit. Look, Disney characters. Chain of Memories does that shit, but it's like narrative driven. There is a mystery to this castle. What the fuck is happening to Sora in it? And what's up with all these characters and their motives and who's backstabbing who? And I still think that's fucking cool. That's why I tell people Chain is one of the best plots in the entire fucking franchise. Because it's self-contained. Everything else is like just what the fuck is happening in general. And then your wrap up to a lot of that is what happens in Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts Chain is like, here's a story in this world with the main characters going through something that even all the fucked up shit that happened in 1, they don't know what's going on in this one. And there's new characters, and like what happens to them is going to directly affect your character. It's good shit. Going from that to 2 makes you feel like you're piecing together this fucking puzzle. And now I know better, because 3 is out and I've played like most of the games. Most of the more plot heavy, like plot centric ones. Like I haven't played like Union Cross and like Recoded. I just kind of looked up like what those were about, what happened, and like decided okay, cool, I'm not gonna play them, I don't care. Anyway, so because of that, this is all coming full circle. This is why I went on that big tangent about Kingdom Hearts. I think that's why as a kid I was like, oh yeah, but Square Enix makes good games though. They make really cool stuff. They make some of my favorite stuff. Because they make Kingdom Hearts. Because they published Kingdom Hearts. Because Tetsuya Nomura made Kingdom Hearts. And like, whatever, the plot's crackpot, but like, even just looking at the shit that happened in that game for more than like 5 minutes, you can tell like he tried. It's not perfect. None of it's perfect, but he tried. There are moments where I'm like, oh, I'm above it. It's stupid. The plot doesn't make any fucking sense. There are parts in Birth by Sleep that almost made me cry. Like I'm not that far above it. I act like it. I'm not. I was upset with the reason I haven't played 3 in a long time is because when it came out, I was obsessed with it. It was like all I did for like 2 or 3 months. Two for almost a solid like 8 years probably of my life was like my depression food game. Like when I was really fucking down in the dumps and having existential crisis and shit, I would just play Kingdom Hearts 2 again. I just start a new Kingdom Hearts 2 file and play the whole thing. Or I'd try to do like weird completionistic shit on my main file that I didn't do yet. But yeah, so that's why Square Enix. Now I have many reasons to not like Square Enix. I will never fucking give that company credit. Fuck them. Nomura, you know, he's not perfect, I'm sure, but I can give him credit where credit's due. Square Enix is just a, you know, they're a publisher. I'm not worried about him. I'm almost done eating. I swear to God. I'm really sorry. What have we been doing, like a half hour now? Oh, okay. With the pre-screen, about a half hour. Which is still fucking embarrassing, but whatever. I should have just put just chatting on. Actually, let's do that. Let's just do it. Now that I'm almost done eating. That sounds like a great plan. It's not gonna let me do it? There we go. Chatting over dinner, then Pyre. Let's change category. Jewish? Not quite, Twitch. Not quite. China? Chad? No, these are none of these things are things that describe me. There we go, chatty. That's what I was looking for. Okay. See if that updates. Actually, I don't think it tells me when it updates anymore, does it? It just kind of does it, and it doesn't tell me. Probably. Okay. Let's put our pyre ambiance back on. I should have just said I'm gonna start the stream later. Oh well. Oh well. We're here now. Let's see, other companies that I sucked the dick of in the past. I had at least one friend that wanted me to suck Nintendo's dick really hard. They got mad that I was considering getting a PS3 instead of a Wii. I ended up getting a Wii anyway, but it wasn't because of peer pressure. I was like, I don't know. I probably am only going to be able to get one because my parents are probably going to only be able to afford one. And, like, I don't know. We'll see. Because there's a lot of stuff coming out for Nintendo, but, like, there's also a new Sonic game. There's a new Sonic game that I saw some buzz about that specifically wasn't going to be on a Nintendo console in that console generation. Can you guess what it was? I'll give you a hint. Everyone fucking hates it. And I think a lot of diehard Sonic fans that are far bigger Sonic fans than me would agree wholeheartedly. By choosing secret rings, by taking a full gamble, not knowing that much about either game being released, and taking a gamble on secret rings over picking Sonic 06 as a child, that was a smart move for a kid. I dodged a bullet. I hate played it as an adult when it was the cool thing to do. It's the shit on Sonic 06 all the fucking time. Sonic and the Secret Rings isn't, you know, isn't great either, though, let's be real. But I still like Secret Rings. It's a piece of shit. It is a flaming piece of garbage, but I like Sonic and the Secret Rings. I think there's a lot of fun shit. I think it had potential. I think they could do something like it again. Maybe even railed. Maybe. Or not. You know? Or not. I think they can make a third storybook game and make it good. But like that's back to the well of like, oh, there's no bad ideas. It's all about execution. And Sega doesn't let Sonic Team 2 execution. What else is coming that I gave a shit about? Because I'm kind of broke, so I haven't been on the lookout for too many new games. Because I'm like, I'm sure there's cool stuff coming, but I don't have money. I can't afford them. Oh yeah, okay. I guess I should talk about the big one since it came out since last time I streamed. Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus. I still don't know how to pronounce it because supposedly, for an English-speaking audience, it's supposed to be a play on archaic. And a lot of the promotional stuff calls it Arceus. And that's why Silvally has the ability called the Arceus system, because it's the same as multi-type, which is Arceus's passive. And that's a pun. But I think it's a pun on how a lot of Americans say it, maybe? Because I looked at the Japanese, the katakana for Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus maybe, and it's not. It doesn't say Arceus or the katakana equivalent of Arceus. It says the katakana equivalent to Arceus. It specifically says Aruse. What's the next character? Ooh, Su. Arceus. I don't remember how it's done. I don't remember how they put it in katakana. But either way, it was Arce and not Arke. They have, they have both in their language. So I think it's always been Arceus. And they just didn't realize how funny that would be for an English-speaking audience. Missed opportunity to call Pokemon Platinum up your Arceus. That's what they should have called the remake. We should have made it one game and called it Pokemon Up Your Arceus. I'm sure it would have sold very well. Would have won over a lot of lost fans. Guaranteed. So far it looks fine. There's a lot of shit in it that's like really fucking monotonous looking. And I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna talk too long about it. There are a lot of things that looks really cool. I like that in the beginning. See, okay. Here's a thing, okay? Here's a thing that bothered me about Pokemon Diamond. Especially because I was doing a Nuzlocke. When you're in the beginning, there's not a whole lot that can really, like, completely fuck up your shit if you keep catching Pokemon. Like, if you're just playing it casually, whatever. Like, some things like, oh, I don't have anything that has a super effective move against this, but I might still survive. You know, like, you can die in the beginning, but, like, it's not likely. It's pretty hand-holdy, as a lot of the beginning of these games are. It's fine. Once you start getting towards, like, the level 20 to level, like, 30 area, you can just run into level 40 plus Pokemon. Like, out in the water. You can just go to areas that are clearly over-leveled. It's fucked up. But in a game like Arceus, where you can dodge shit, and it's not just random encounters, that's fucking rad. Because there's something intimidating out there that you can take out later, versus there's that bullshit, and then, oh, well, it's not bullshit anymore, because now I have a level 50, like, fucking Torterra. But, like, in a game like Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can just do that shit. So far, I'm glad I didn't pre-order it, though. Because it seems like there's a lot of shit in it that's really fucking cool. And there's a lot of great ideas. But there's also a lot of shit that I think are ideas implemented because Nintendo did not give them the proper time or budget to make the game live up to its full potential. Or even half its potential. Because there's so much you can fucking do with that concept. Like, lore-wise and gameplay-wise, there's so much you can do. And they turn it into, a single-player MMO fucking thing. But, like, what's there can work, and I'm glad people are having fun with it. I want to play it one day, maybe. But, like, from what I've heard and seen, I'm not holding my breath for it. I'm hoping that they see the success of it and realize, like, we're waiting for you to let them do this again and actually let them do it this time. And plus, with the sequel, they can reuse a bunch of fucking assets and the engine and all that jazz. And just make it better. That's what I'm waiting for. I know it's gonna be a while. But, like, they called it Pokemon Legends Arceus. They're gonna do this again. Kirby Forgotten Lands came out. So, here's my deal. Long story short, I had to start laser hair removal recently, so I had to pay a fuckload of money to start that process. The good news is, I don't have to pay for it. They just continue to do the process over time, and if it takes longer than expected, I still don't have to pay more money for it. They just keep doing it. And I got it heavily discounted from their usual price. The reason I had to do it was because they said today, February 1st, today, was when they're going to up the prices on the shit, everything. It's not something they readily have available, I don't think, on, like, the front of their website, unfortunately. But just if I would have paid full price for just full face and neck, it would have been over $6,000. Full price. I paid less than $3K, which is still a lot of money for me. A fucking lot of money for me. But I never have to pay that again. And by, like, probably October of this year, I, like, won't have to fucking shave. Boo! And the thunder roared as Asian became queerer. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm broke. February is going to be an interesting fucking month for me personally. But I think by March, I'm hoping I'll have enough money to spend on frivolous bullshit and not be terrified. And around that time, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is going to come out. I've always loved Kirby, but since the Wii, I personally feel that Kirby's gotten pretty fucking stale. And samey a little bit. Like Triple Deluxe kind of went in a different direction, and then Planet Robobot was like basically what Triple Deluxe could have been. But like, I don't know. I didn't even buy Robobot. I lost interest, like, overall. And then they tried, like, little games, like Kirby the Fighters, or Kirby Fighters, whatever the fuck that is. Which I played demos of, and I'm like, this is fun, but, like, you made this to be a bite-sized, like, whatever game, and you released the second one during a pandemic, where I can't play with other people. Like, thanks. Thanks, Nintendo. What a lot of people probably don't know on the surface. Okay. What a lot of people probably don't notice on the surface. Kirby was going to have a 3D adventure game. Many, many, many years ago. I don't think it had a name. Or at least not one that was, like, publicly known. And it became Air Ride. Which, don't get me wrong, I fucking love Kirby Air Ride. That might be one of my... It's probably, like, one of my favorite GameCube games. Like, top 10, easily, favorite GameCube games. Probably, like, top 30 favorite games. Honestly. If we're gonna be perfectly fucking honest, Kirby Air Ride, top 30 games ever? Sure, maybe. At least top 50. Absolutely top 50. Probably top 40. Probably top 30. Maybe not top 20. But maybe. Haven't really thought about it in a while. But yeah, that was originally going to be a 3D Kirby game. There were 3D renders and shit showed off to, like, Nintendo Power Magazine and a bunch of other fucking shit. They were like, yeah, we're doing it. The characters would, like, stack on top of each other. So it was like, you would ride, like, Wheelie on the bottom, and then, like, one of the little fire spitty dudes, and then, like, a Bronto Burt, or a Waddle Dee, and then you, and then Kirby. And I think, since it was always in 4s, I think there was a direct implication that they were also going to do fucking co-op. Which, like, holy fuck, right? So, I don't know. Just speculating about Kirby. Are they gonna do any of that shit in the new one? Who knows? Because we didn't see the finished product. But like, a lot of people have been like, "Oh, I've been waiting for something like this forever." Like with Pokemon Legends Arceus, right? But like, the thing with Legends Arceus is that cool, but we have never seen this before, right? This has purely been a dream, so we don't know how Game Freak is gonna do it. Fucking, we already, Sakurai has wanted to do this before, so this is something like this is the Metroid Dread of Kirby. This is 1-to-1, almost 1-to-1 the Metroid Dread for Kirby fans. If that clicks for anybody. This is the Metroid Dread of Kirby. It's something that somebody that has been working with the franchise since the beginning wanted to do a long time ago. Work was done on it, and it was shelved for fucking ever. Speculated to be dead. And then they announced it out of fucking nowhere on the Switch just to shock us. The difference, I guess, and why I would say it's not 1-to-1. Well, I would say it's not 1-to-1 because I don't know that. For a fact. But, on a speculative level, I'd say it's not 1-to-1 because the gap between Metroid Fusion and Metroid Dread, right? Or sorry, you know what? Even Samus Returns Metroid Dread. So, okay, between Fusion, a game that Metroid fans fucking love, to then Samus Returns, and then Dread. You had one actual mainline Metroid game in between, if you don't count Zero Mission. Which, like, okay, canonically, you're not gonna count Zero Mission, but, like, as far as games being released, like, yeah, Zero Mission. Or was Zero Mission first? I don't remember. Either way. Like, I know what Zero Mission is. I know it's the first game again, but I don't remember which one came first, Fusion or Zero Mission. Either way. Kirby is kind of on the another end of the fence, where it's like, it's been a while since we've had a Kirby game that, like, has wowed us, and has been, like, a new experience. Like, Kirby 64 was really... No, not Kirby 64. Actually, yeah! Kirby 64! Whoa! Kirby 64 was the last, like... Kirby... Okay. Hear me out. Kirby 64 was the last Kirby game to say, look, new Kirby that looks fairly fresh. Looks pretty fucking, like, new and, like, unique. Kirby Return to Dreamland, even just from the title alone, it's pretty clear what they were trying to do with that, and it wasn't a terrible effort on that part, but, like, that's the most you're going to get out of it, is, like, yeah, it's like Superstar on your Wii. Like, we made a 3D... We made a 2.5D Superstar. And it's not as good as Superstar, but it works. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. Because I didn't play Squeak Squad, actually. So Squeak Squad would actually be the last one. And even then, Squeak Squad looks like Amazing Mirror. Which looks like Nightmare Dreamland. So yeah, this is the last Kirby game that was like, look, new Kirby game, new concepts, new cool shit, new fun, new Kirby. Like, what I like about the Kirby series is that, like, the old ones, they each felt like their own separate adventure where you played as Kirby. Everything from, like... Yeah, I'd say everything from Return to Dreamland forward felt like a franchise. Like, the rest of it in comparison, arguably maybe not Squeak Squad, arguably maybe not amazing mirror, but like everything before that felt like punk rock in comparison to the rest of Nintendo's fucking library. Unless you're counting like, you know, really obscure weird shit like Rhythm Heaven and Pikmin. Even then, Pikmin's not really obscure anymore. People know what Pikmin is. People do not know what Rhythm Heaven is. Or like Elite Beat Agents. I know this is the third time I'm saying this. I'm almost done eating. I'll probably stream longer too to make up for this. Partially just because I really want to play PYRE. But also because I spent the first hour of my stream just talking about pretty much anything but PYRE. So yeah, suffice it to say, like, I'm not a big Metroid fan, but like, as a Kirby fan, I think I get it. But not as bad, because Metroid fans were pretty dry for a while. Like, there were Metroid games, but they weren't as rampant as the others. But like, honestly, okay, here's my thing though, and I'm not saying Metroid fans don't have the right to complain, because it's a big fucking, like, Nintendo's a giant fucking, you know, video game conglomerate. I don't demanding more of them. Fuck it. They just took down, like, literally, I think today or yesterday, they just shat on like thousands of fucking videos from a YouTube channel that just re-uploads like video game music. And let me reiterate that Nintendo was only a few thousand. Sony took out another couple thousand. Like, they just came down on the fucker. Why? Because they're fucking cunts. So being like, where's my new Metroid game, bitch? Where's Metroid Prime 4, you stupid cunt? Like, some people are like, let the developers do their thing. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But Nintendo's gonna grind their fucking souls to a fine chalk anyway. So, like, you know. Whatever. You might be thinking, oh, the quality of the game, I don't want it to be grinded. I want them to work on it longer. There you go. Makes sense. But also, like, yeah, demanding that Nintendo do better and treat their employees better. Yeah, of course. Why not? But, like, for Kirby, it's like, but personally, okay, here's my thing, though. Like, Supergiant, since we're about to get into the game, we're gonna bring this all full circle, because that's how I do things, apparently. Supergiant has been around for over a decade. Probably almost 15 years now, actually. I don't think a lot of people realize. For a while. They have 4 games. I have not played Bastion, but I have now beaten Transistor. I have played nearly 200 hours of Hades. Very close to 200 hours of Hades. And I have now played almost 20 hours of this game. They're all good. They're all well-cultivated experiences. Even if the gameplay doesn't completely fucking grab you, it's very clear that everyone working on this game cared a lot and were excited about what they were making, about creating something that other people can enjoy. Even in the case of Transistor, where it's only, you know, what, 12 hours, maybe? It's still something they want other people to experience, based on what they know they want to make. And I think that's fucking rad. So that's how I feel about, that's why I don't care that much about these big name companies. Because don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker. I love Mario. I love 3D Mario. I love Kirby. I love Pokemon. If they released another F-Zero, I would shit myself. Kid Icarus Uprising. If they released another one of those, I would shit myself. Like, maybe actually. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, I would rather them not release a Kirby game for 12 years. 12 years. I would rather them not speak of Kirby for 12 fucking years. Make another Smash Brothers game in between and leave Kirby out. And then come back in, like, 2035 with the best fucking Kirby game ever made. Than have the mentality of, like, last year we didn't get another Sonic. Last year we didn't get another Kirby. We didn't get another Mario. I'm like, good. I'm gonna save my money for them to make an awesome installment in this franchise that I already care about, and hope they make it continue to be a franchise I give a fuck about. Or, in the meantime, spend the $60 you would have spent on a shitty new game on some indie projects like PYRE or Hades or Transistor. Or Hat in Time or Shovel Knight. Alright, I'm done eating, chat. What did I call it? PYRE. It's still PYRE. As if I'm not stoked to come back to play PYRE. As if I haven't been looking forward to this, like, for the past 2 days. Okay. Get rid of that one. Casual playthrough? Please? Yeah, there we go. Some cheese, some cheese, and some salami. Cool. Okay, now this should be updated to where I'm playing PYRE. On Twitch.tv. Hey. Now I can actually play PYRE. Alright. Let's fucking go. I don't think I need to buy anything. Oh no, he's got new stuff. Okay, we didn't go to the shop. Then. Did we? I don't remember buying that. Oh. I didn't buy it. Because it's a legendary. This is gonna be boring. Alright, time to get back into PYRE. Stares at a menu for 20 minutes. Okay, I think I did go to the shop before I ended the last stream. There's not a whole lot going on here. So I think I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm already out of soda. I'm gonna binge some fucking soda. I'm gonna rot my teeth out. I just went to the dentist today for the first time in quite a while. Long story short. Part of it's just, you know, pandemic. I didn't want to go to a fucking dentist and open my mouth for long periods of time in front of other people during a pandemic. But, yeah. It tires me out. The dentist tires me out. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to celebrate my going back to better dental health with, rotting my teeth out with soda. For as much soda and shit as I fucking drink, as much sugar as I regularly consume, they said there wasn't any major tartar built up, other than one tooth. One tooth has a cavity. I literally have moles bigger than that fucker. They showed me the cavity. You can barely see it past a bubble of spit that I had on my tooth. And I was like, how? Anyway, everything is set for the rite to commence. And all is quiet amid the lonesome lands at the Ridge of Gold. All there's left to do is wait for nightfall to set it. So backstory. Here's what we're doing. So last session we had another liberation rite, which is where you send one of your teammates up back to the Commonwealth, back to the land past this purgatory world called the Downside, where we had already sent Rookie because he's my best friend in this game. So I sent him back. And our new goal now is not just let's all go free, because we can't. We find out we can't all go free at the same time anyway. Tree boy. I forget his name every fucking stream. Sandalwood. He. His plan is to send us all one by one. And then we can convene there and then make it to where people can just be liberated forever from the Downside. His plan is still kind of vague by this point. But he seems to know what he's doing. Or so we think. So we'll see. Last liberation rite. So we did a whole other cycle. Did another liberation rite, and I chose Hedwyn, who is the other first guy. At the beginning, you meet Hedwyn, Rookie, and Jadariel, and they make you. They bear you as they appoint you to be their star reader, so you can do the rites. And Rookie is one of them. I sent him already, and Hedwyn was one of them. I sent him partially out of disrespect. He's been good to me. He's an honest guy, and I think I think I trust him going to set shit up. If that matters, it probably doesn't. We'll see. It's Super Giant. Sometimes they fuck with you because of your decisions, and that's why I love them. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth. Back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all. This night betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. He notices you, finally. Oh, Master Reader! This knight did not see you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Now that this knight stands prepared, he has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honor to restore. I actually was going to do that. Then a glimmering within the sky draws your and his attention. Is it Deluge? Oh no, it's the commencement rites ready to go. Alright, so now we have these bonus things. I'm gonna turn this one off. Because that one sucked. Now we got new ones. Your adversaries shall have more quickness. I don't think I need that. Soundtrack slaps. Fucking Darren Korb or whatever his name is. Damn. Just damn. The advertiser shall be more cunning and much quicker to react. What does that even mean? At the start of this rite, your pyre shall automatically suffer a negative 30. That one I actually considered. Because sometimes I either get real fucked, or which would just have me at a loss anyway, or I don't know. I don't want to do that one. At the start of this rite, your adversary's pyre shall automatically gain plus 30. Oh, your adversary's pyre. Let's just do it normal, because this is my first match, I think, in the third cycle. Or is it my second? I did lose one finally. I think no, that was the second cycle. This is the third cycle. Oh yeah, I have Big Bird. I have Big Bird. I have Big Bird Drew now. Yeah, that's me. I'm vaunted as fuck.
Here, his ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, we have the bog-crone Bertrude, absolutely.
At any rate,
What do you mean strange? Because she's a woman?
the pyre hearts
Because she's a witch?
out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
Because they have the thing that gives them 20. What voice did I give?
Gilman, still not abandoned your new friends, like all your other duties and responsibilities.
Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time.
This night is most surprised that you have the courage even to show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in a sea of minnows many times your size, and with much more honor, too.
Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon, it fades. Sir Gilman slinks away.
It is disgraceful. You Nightwings, you are stupid to have taken that one in. And you are no good at the rights. And another thing, we do not fear you.
Yeah, we'll see about that bitch. Volfred! That's his fucking name. Volfred Sandalwood is his name. I didn't pull Sandalwood out of my ass. That's his name. Says, hold a moment, reader. The crone Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rights. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude.
We expect thou shalt be soon inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
The bog-crone Bertrude shows herself in full. Though I have to wonder what...
Okay, so she's got a big old slam and welcomes you to the jam.
accomplice
As predicted in the scrolls, as predicted in the
You
Book of
watch
Rights.
yourself around her, reader. None are sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
There's like a dash. Can you... I don't think it affects it. Oh, it's the blast. Yeah, it's pretty good. She's not particularly slow. She's also not very fast. She's probably just as fast as, like, Edwin was. And she makes funny noises. So that's good. Oh, okay. I'm not very good at that kind of shit, despite how long I've played Hades, where they make you do the same shit. Okay. She can go right the fuck back into it, though, because that doesn't do, yeah. Not good at the timing yet. There we go. It's pretty forgiving, though.
Now then, Breeding One, know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rights, and we shall aid ye in that plan. Thus we are at thy disposal, and await thy bidding. And there's some snakes.
Who shall strive for freedom?
Who shall strive for freedom? Kind of want to use Bertrude. They're kind of good though. But I do have to use Sir Deluge because he wants me to. Dust enemies pyre the bear reward. I don't think I might not give that to him this time. Should I give him? He has his own little thing somewhere. Where's his little thing? Jumps farther than usual. Eh. Eh. It's not particularly useful, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't really used it. Who else are we taking in? I've been wanting to level up Tizo more so I can get rid of him. But I do want to try out Big Bertram though. She seems like she's gonna be fun. At the same time, I want to win this fight. So I don't know about her yet. Still, though, she does have that big fucking attack. I gotta use Tizo and Gilman. I gotta use Tizo so I can get rid of him in the rights. Because where's he at now? 3880? Versus 5,000. Versus 4250. Versus 3565. So he is higher than Gilman. Oh, but none of them are as high. None of them are as high as Panther. Okay, I'm definitely not using Panther in this match. If I use Bertrude, even if I lose, it's probably a level up for her, so that's good. The thing is, I don't know. Dousing the adversary's pyre, the bearer's pyre is restored by up to 5+. What I think I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna use Tizo and Gelman. And Jadario. Despite how stupid sending Jadario it might be. Yeah, I think that's good. Do I have anything that increases presence that I can use? What's her thing? Faster and far. That would be good because they're gonna be pretty fucking on it. The bear is banished and ensuing blast can banish every. Okay, that's not bad. Can make her a little faster, but it's not gonna be worth it, I don't think. Lucrative contracts would be good because I don't think I'm gonna score with her a lot. I think for the most part, I'm just gonna use that for money, so probably Jadario. Just commit to something as well, so I'm not stuck on this menu for this long. Tizo, what do you got? After dousing the adversary's pyre, the bear. You know what? Yeah, that's good.
Sir Gilman.
And then Tizo, despite I don't like using Tizo. I don't like him. He's good. Like, he's a good character. I like Tizo, but like when it comes to do I want to win the match? I don't want to pick Tizo. Nah, fuck nah. After banishing, that's not a bad one. His hope isn't like the highest. Let's see if there's anything else I want to use though. That's also very good though. But like also him coming back is really fucking good because most of his shit is based on him exploding. So, that's why I'm kind of thinking Vengeful Vow as well. Vengeful Vow is good for that. Or I could just give him more hope. Nah. His hope is already pretty high. 7 seconds, though. Because if he comes back and I can blow him up again, that's just like having 2 grenades. Instead of 1 grenade in this game. That's pretty fucking good. But that's also really good. Let's use that. Because these fuckers are going to be quick. This night shall not bend to you again, Sir Deluge. Ever.
Come then, Nightwings. Show this night how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor. On guard!
All right, Jody. Do your thing. Do your thing, girl. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bitch. Kill. Oh, well, sometimes that happens too, I guess. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. Because I got the money.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That was close. That was fucking close. Alright, die. my god, Daria, holy shit. Oh. Hi, I'm Tizo. Hi, I'm Tizo. That's the Tizo strategy. Hi, I'm Tizo. Sometimes, you know, it just doesn't fucking work out. That's pretty dope, though. Check it out.
Meddlesome imp.
Oh, I walked right into that one. And that one. It's okay, I got Tizo. Except I always hit the wrong fucking button. It makes him not explode.
Seem to be falling behind.
Yeah, no shit. It's okay.
Wherewithal.
Dario just fucking swooped in there.
Let's see you Nightwings keep this up.
Bye-bye. Oh.
Your pyre sputters.
Gilman's weird to get kills with. Dario's real fucking straightforward, right? Like... And there we go. Get him in there, get him in there. That's what I'm talking about. The problem, though, is that Gilman and Tizo... they do, like... Oh, God. It just hung on 0 kilobits per second for a bit. Anyway.
Another most glorious defeat is imminent. This knight can feel it in his bone.
You got one bone, dude? You got bone, though? Oh, my fucking cock. Here, die. Here, die. Here, consider dying. Dope. Die. Please die.